Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss very niche functionality given in SAP called Asset Retirement Obligation. In shortcut, it is known as a ARO. This feature is basically used for the mining industry, oil and gas industry. So what is called ARO? Let us understand with one example. Many oil and gas company, what they do, they set up their fuel tanks by taking someone land. They will take the land on rent and they'll set up the fuel tank there. Once that contract period is over, then they have to bring that land into the original form. They have to remove that tank from that land. Or let's say they have taken one oil well. So they have to put that land into original form. That is how they are making the contract with the owner. Owner is telling that yes, I am giving my land, you take it. But when you're leaving the land, you have to make sure that my land is into original form. It is in proper form. So that liability, the retirement liability which company will have, that is known as a asset retirement obligation. If company is taking any land and they're agreeing that I'll make your land in the original form, whatever damages happen because of my work, I'll make it in original form. That liability is known as a asset retirement obligation. You set up a nuclear power site, you have to clean it once that project is over. You have to keep in the original form. On that basis only owner has given the land to the company. So that obligation is known as a asset retirement obligation. So today we are going to understand how to handle this process because this is highly used in oil and gas company and in the mining company. And this is very niche. There are very less consultant available for this module. It is sub module. So general process, let us see what are the steps we have. So first, record initial ARO liability at present value. So for example, I took one land and I set up their fuel tank, and that I took for 10 years, and after 10 years owner is telling that I need 50 lakhs rupees to bring my land into original form. So that after 10 years I have to pay him 50 lakhs rupees. So that is the liabilities that I have to pay. Why I have to give him 50 lakhs? Either I have to give him 50 lakhs or I'm estimating that 50 lakh will be the budget required to clean that land or to bring that land into original form. So 50 lakh is my future value. So that future value I have to convert into the present value. 8% what is the value which I have supposed to spend after 10 years. So that I have to estimate. So when I estimate, I have to make asset account debit to ARO liabilities account credit. So 50 lakh after 10 years, today the value is 20 lakhs. So I have to make here 20 lakhs account debit and 20 lakh account credit. I mean asset account debit, 20 lakh ARO liabilities account credit. This entry I have to make. Then every month I have to do the accrual booking. I have to do the accrual booking. While doing the accrual booking, there is something called accretion expense account debit. This is the PNLGL, that account debit, and ARO liabilities account credit. This general entry I have to make. Then I have to charge the depreciation on straight line method, depreciation account debit to accumulated depreciation. Then finally I have to decommission the ARO. Then after 10 years we reach, then we have to start cleaning up the land. So here your ARO liabilities account will be debit and your cash account will be credit. If there is any additional expenses getting incurred, that time other expenses account also you can debit to cash account. So this is the cycle. Now how to handle same in SAP? So first of all, you have to add on. It is an add-on service. So it is, this node will not be generally available in all the SAP. So you have to go in SPRO financial accounting. Then below here you'll find called SAP for HANA for asset retirement obligation. This node is required. Under this we do all the configuration. And for end user, you have to go to SAP EG access screen financial accounting, and then you have to go to here called additional function. Then here you'll find asset retirement obligation management, ARO processing, periodic processing, reporting. So this is what you have to do. So this is additional feature, you have to activate it. Now let us go back to journal entry, because understanding the journal entry is very important. In SAP, how will you have to handle? So you have to create first obligation. The liabilities you have to create. The creation of the liabilities, T code is this. This is the T code to create the obligation. We say obligation or liabilities. When you create the obligation, the moment you create the obligation and release the obligation, it will post these two journal entry. It will post these two journal entry. You have to build the interface between ARO and asset accounting. These two interfaces you have to build. So you have to create the obligation in T code this. The moment you release the obligation, you can build the workflow also, so that you create the ARO and somebody will approve it, and then it will automatically get released. We can build workflow also. When you release the obligation, it will post two journal entry. One asset capitalization journal entry it will post, and one time posting it will do. So it will create the asset master automatically, and it will post the acquisition entry also automatically. So here your asset accounting debit and your two contra account acquisition value account will become credit. This both the GL will pick from the A090. So if you go in the A090, this GL and this GL it will pick. This GL and this GL you have to pick. You have to create separate asset class, and you have to interface between ARO and asset accounting. So this GL account debit and this GL account credit it will hit here. Along with your asset master creation, everything happens automatically. Then it will also post one more journal entry called one-time posting. In this this contra account will get debit and your ARO liabilities account will get credit. Your contra account will become debit and your ARO liabilities account will become credit. This journal entry will GL mapping you have to do in the ARO side. This journal entry you have to GL mapping you have to do in the ARO side. In recent version you have to handle from the BRF plus. In old version, in SAP itself, in the SPRO itself, you can map the GL. But in S4 HANA, there is BRF plus link will be there in SPRO. If you click, it will take you to the BRF plus. You have to map the GL there. So this is the journal. So if you see the ultimately your asset account debit to your ARO liabilities. Same here. See, asset account debit to ARO liabilities. But it will pass two journal entry, this and this. Now every month you have to post the accretion expenses or accrual booking you have to do. This is nothing but cash flow booking. I don't want to confuse you further. You have to book the cash flow booking or accrual booking, and this is the T code you have to do. So here your accretion expense account debit to ARO liabilities account credit. This is the PNL GL, this is the balance sheet GL, liability GL. So this is the journal entry you have to pass. Now next you have to do you have to charge the depreciation. ARO functionality you have to use because of the US GAAP. US GAAP has made mandatory to use the ARO. So if your businesses or your company is under US GAAP, you have to follow the US GAAP. If you are following the US GAAP, you have to follow the ARO. So based on US GAAP, you have to follow the straight line method on the ARO. So when you run the depreciation from T code FR, This is the journal entry, depreciation account debit to accumulated depreciation. This will pick from A090. Then there will be something called termination of the obligation or decommissioning the obligation. T code same. This is the T code. That time ARO, liabilities account debit to cash account credit. So this is the whole journal entry. This is the journal entry of ARO process. I am trying to give you the overview until unless you really work in ARO will not be knowing, but there is some such ARO functionality where if any property using is company is using, if they have liabilities to clear that properties at the end of the contract expiration, then they have to follow the ARO process, asset retirement obligation. Let's say I taken one building for coaching purpose, for training purpose or coaching purpose for 10 years. After 10 years, owner is telling that I have to pay him 1 lakh rupees because after 10 years he has to do painting or I have to do the painting. I have to clean my chairs, I have to clean my laptops from there. I have to clean everything. I have to put that building into original form. So that is known as a asset retirement obligation. For that I have to use ARO functionality. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you are looking for professional ARO consulting service, you can connect to our team. Thanks a lot.